much tribulation. I bring you good news where you cannot refuse. Oh Lord, I told you with Christ that you can never lose. Oh God, woman, I beg you give me your attention. Very, very soon you will share your testimony. One by one you will tell your testimony. Bigger than money, we say sweeter than honey.
Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you.
Good morning, my lovely viewers. My name is Adjorkor, and I welcome you to the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and on Tutu on Radio Facebook. Today, I'm sitting in for my sister Rhoda, who happens to be my guest. I'm sure you're wondering why, but you hear more. Today's topic is self-rejection. Have you wondered why you don't post your pictures anymore? Because you think people won't like them? You don't tell your story because you think it's not good enough. But today, we'll show you how to self-love yourself. Let's listen to this beautiful song from Becca, and we'll be back right now to continue. You can join in on our WhatsApp line. Join the conversation on 055 22 80 481. Let's listen to this song. Welcome back to the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and on Tutu Radio on Facebook. Today I come to you with a very serious topic. Now today's topic is very interesting. It's self-rejection. Are we really our greatest enemies? Have you wondered why? Today's empowerment show is with me, Adjorkor, and I'm sitting in for my sister Rhoda, who happens to be a guest. Hi, Sister Rhoda. Thank you for being my guest.
Hello, Audrey. I'm excited to be your guest today. Times have changed, so
yeah,
I'm glad to be your guest. The seat was
Thank
really
you
hot.
for coming. I am really grateful that you came.
You're welcome.
Now, have you thought about self-rejection?
Yes, I have. And let me say a very good morning to all ladies of Empowered Women in Motion. As we said on Sunday, Today we're having a different turn altogether, and Audrey is hosting, and I'm your guest for today. Sometimes conditions are not permanent, but one thing when it's about women emotion is that we always give the opportunity for people to discover themselves and for everybody to have a feel. It's a family on its own, so there's nothing like boss, president, or vice. We are one big family, and that's what matters. So today's topic, self-rejection. Audrey, you know that life itself, it's unfair.
Yeah.
When we say self-rejection is broad, but let me make it simple. It is when one sabotages him or herself. You know, people go through circumstances in life and they feel that life has been unfair to them. Somebody who grew up by being abused from childhood feels he or she has been sabotaged in a way, either by the parents or by either biological or step, or in the environment which one finds him or herself. Secondly, somebody who gets pregnant out of wedlock feels humiliated, and out of that, because our culture frowns on that, the person sabotages herself and rejects herself. The person cannot even love herself because of what people are saying about her. And unfortunately for us as a nation, as a community, as a church, we are quick to judge, but we are not quick to ask questions.
Yeah.
When somebody gets pregnant, or somebody gets divorced, or something happens to somebody in a society, we are quick to judge the person. So because of how we handle issues, people call into themselves, and at the end of the day, if one rejects him or herself, that's where the depression sets in. That's where the suicide attempt sets in. That's where people begin to talk, forgive me, foolishly, because the person does not love him or herself. Though there's a women's program, but it's a topic that cuts across. So self-rejection is when you sabotage yourself, when you refuse to see anything good in yourself. Not because people are saying it, not because of the circumstance around you, but it's a choice. So self-rejection, it's a canker that is eating us today. And it's gone a long way to affect us as a nation.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. That was very powerful. Now, I was sitting down and I realized that, okay, a lot of people sabotage themselves, like you say, just because they are afraid that the outside world will do that. So they take the first step before the world decides to even, reject them. And that is one thing that actually leads to depression, because you start from a stage of anger, then go to anxiety and then rejection. A lot of us feel like, okay, I'm not beautiful enough. Well, if I step out, people will laugh at me. Step out, move forward. Even the Bible says that God knows the plans he has for us. It is not by our own plan. So we have to take a first step before what the Bible would tell us what to do after. I listened to a preaching by one lady, and then she says that if you are not confident enough, trust me, everything you do, you'll be timid, very afraid. And a lot of us are going through that. Some of us have coiled into a shield, and then we are comfortable with the road we are living. But I believe that if you decide to lead a road of self-sabotaging, let me use your word, you enter into a state of nowhere. You are confused. Nothing in your life is planned. Nothing moves on. Most often, we try that comfortable route, and trust me, my sister, it doesn't work for us. I think that a lot of people have to now stand up for themselves, raise their head high, and then move. Because when you take that step, people appreciate you for who you are. You can't appreciate yourself, they will never appreciate you. So yeah, that's one of the things I believe we should work on. Loving ourselves and then we would see how life moves from there.
Yes, Audrey, I agree with you 100%. But you see, life is the way you make it. Look at the fingers. They are not equal. So God created us in his own image. But you see, you will do a very great dishonor to yourself as an individual because, hey, listen, you play 99% role in your life as to who you become, as to who you are set to become, as to where you want to be. The final decision lies in your hands. Yes, you've gone through situations, but you see, I don't want us to center around the point where you say, because this happened to me. It is not enough justification.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not enough justification. I'm saying that because the very people who will stigmatize you, the very people who will call you names, the very people who will pull you down are the same people who will hail you when you don't give up and you strive to get to the top. But it's about time we realize that, look, you telling people your situation, asking for self-pity will not change anything. It would even worsen it because sometimes, you know, I don't blame everybody. We learn as we grow. People learn as they are being guided. There are others who are not guided from childhood. So it becomes very difficult for them to be able to, you know, deal with situations. But one needs to train the mind. It's a mental thing. And you have to make it conscious that, look, this thing happening to me, I refuse to go down. Let me give a practical example.
Okay.
Today's world, or whatever situation we find ourselves in Ghana, Audrey, if you get pregnant before marriage, we all know what people say about you. You're born one, she's born one, she doesn't deserve anything better. But people do not take their time to find out whether the person was raped, whether the person was abused or harassed sexually, or it was a person's own doing. But even if all these three happens, my question is, you that you are judging the person, what business of yours is it? Do you get it?
Yeah.
Everybody has a future. We need to look beyond the mistakes of people and look at the potential they have, help them develop it so they can become a blessing. Maybe you think it's about the person, but if the person becomes a good person, Audrey, or a responsible person in society, it goes a long way to affect other people.
Yeah.
Right? It becomes very difficult when you talk to young women who have been raped before, others who have been sexually abused, others who have gone through different challenges and out of that either got pregnant or even got divorced. How family, friends, society, even the church stigmatizes these people. And when she becomes a prostitute or she goes to snatch somebody's husband, you are complaining? Tell me, which sin is bigger than the other? And unfortunately, people who are supposed to serve as role models out there are the same people who are castigating these people because of the way, the kind of things they say to them. And so if this goes along when this person has been abused, she didn't get any form of healing, she comes across party A, you criticize her, she does this, you criticize her not with love, but you criticize her with hatred and make her feel that she's a rejected soul or nothing good comes out of such a person. Automatically the person will reject herself.
Yeah, she'll break down.
She'll break down because she can't even love herself. Yeah. Look, Audrey, loving yourself is a psychological thing. It's not like a one day thing that when you wake up you say, hey, I love myself. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Loving yourself and rejection has a thin line. If somebody goes into a relationship and she gets broken heart or he gets broken heart, see what happens. So many things goes through the mind. It takes the grace of God. It takes to love the person just the way the person is. It takes encouraging the person. Oh, it is well. Everything will be fine. But in our culture here, as I know, nobody has an excuse. I'm not innocent either. But the truth of the matter, the way we treat people with situations, no matter the circumstance, makes people reject themselves. And you see, we are so much full of hypocrisy to the extent that, what if I come to you and I tell you my situation, I won't even get to the gate and you start talking about me to another person. Even if you talk about me to another person, in your mind, you've even judged me. So why won't people run or hide their secrets or hide things that are bothering them? You get it? So if somebody becomes a prostitute today, all you are seeing is the results. But what went into the person becoming a prostitute, or in the person becoming accepting to be a side chick for a married man, or the person leaving the church to sit at home, or the person giving up on herself, we are not ready to go into that. We are quick to talk, and talk is cheap. Some of us hide behind the Bible, quoting big quotations. At the end of the day, we don't even practice what we preach. And it's so painful that you come across the young people. You see, I am passionate about this because of empowerment emotion. I'm not saying this to make us feel we are so unique. But truth of the matter is, we are women. And we are not supposed to be our own enemies. We are supposed to uplift each other. If today the person is not a divorcee, she's a single mom. If she's not a single mom, she's a side chick. If she's not a side chick, she's something else. At the end of the day, she yamofia mohe. Everybody has a scar. So what is this hypocrisy of you go to church and you are being misjudged by everybody? Can you imagine there was a situation somebody wanted to connect a sister to their brother? Would you believe that the husband, who is a friend to this person, told her not to give or not to connect her brother to that lady? After they've spoken and everything, the lady has agreed, oh, I will study your brother, blah, blah, blah. And this person is so close to this same lady. Hypocrisy. She never mentioned it, Audrey.
So that's the world we live in.
Exactly, that's what we live in. So if the person rejects herself and begins to do the negative, you see, you do negative things because you don't love yourself.
And you want to please somebody.
And you want to please somebody. And I keep saying that happiness is a choice. Because listen, I have grown to understand that, Audrey, this world that we live in the era of this COVID and pressure and everything, this is under pressure, don't let anybody buy any unnecessary pressure for you. Pressure of you have to live this way, you have to work this way. Madam, be yourself and be happy. Audrey, if you love yourself, you are particular about how you look.
Yeah.
You always want to dress good. You want to look good. Not because you want to smile. Not because you have billions of cities or dollars in your account. You are doing it because you love yourself. That self-fulfillment. You get it?
Yeah.
So that era of always judging people, making people feel that as for you, you are holier than thou. Audrey, today, I am saying it on record that the people who have been stigmatizing single mothers, who have been stigmatizing people who are divorced, thinking that you are better than them, I put it to you, you are not better than anybody. You are not better than anybody. Audrey, I am not here to encourage people to give birth the more. Those who have done it, either by rape or whatever, God loves you just the way you are. God loves you just the way you are. So don't let anybody look down on you. Love yourself. Because the people who stigmatize and judge you, they don't care how you feel. They don't care. So why should you also care? And that is my motto. Why should I care about you who is judging me? The secret thing you are doing, the abortions you are causing, the gossips, and the things you are doing in the secret, God sees all of us. Though it's not written on our foreheads. So why should I or my fellow sister be stigmatized because she has a child? And guess what? Children are blessings from God. And if you're a single mother, you didn't abort, I salute you. Congratulations. Those who aborted and they are married, all be today, they don't even, they did it secretly. They think going to the altar or wearing gown is all. Life as we see. God decides to bless whoever, at what time, at what season. If your time comes, it will work. But what hurts me, that I feel we need a voice. We are also human beings. Single mothers are human beings. Divorcees are human beings. Look, I am passionate about this because I have experience in both. I have spoken to a lot of women who are dying within them. They cannot come out to speak, so I will speak. You understand? Yeah. Why would you call somebody born one? Born one, is it a tag? No, is it a tag that because of that the person doesn't have the right to enjoy her life? For crying out loud, there are born ones who are independent women. There are born ones who have climbed the academic ladder, who are also God-fearing. These same born ones are, look, now let me tell you the trend. Though there's high divorce rate in the system, I can bet you that 70 to 90% of these same born ones have remarried, and their marriages are even working better than what others are seeing. I'm telling you. And now the men, they even want the born one. So if you're a single woman now that you are born one, please encourage yourself. Because nothing has changed about you. And guess what? You have even given life out. And because of that, support will locate you. So there's no need to reject yourself. Because when you reject yourself, there are consequences attached to it. Audrey, if you go to Accra Psychiatric Hospital today,
there are a lot of them.
There are a lot of women, self-rejection. So they are depressed. My dear, please, as for me, I love food. If I feel stressed, I take it easy. You see, Audrey, one thing people don't know is that we don't take a break. We don't take a break. You know yourself. You know your strength, okay? That this is your limit that you can go. What makes you happy? Identify the things that makes you happy. If you feel going to the beach, just looking at the breeze or whatever makes you calm down. 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, whatever. It won't, one day off, it won't change anything. Look, there's pressure of me. I'm selling, I have to work. If I don't, madam, it is God. Just pray. Tell God, Father, this is the situation. This is my business. I don't want to go hungry, but I'm stressed, so help me. Me, when I'm stressed, I eat, Audrey. That's how I put I don't eat anyhow, as in anything. But I get my favorite. I love fufu. I love banku and okro. I love this fresh out fried rice, this fried rice and beef sauce or whatever.
Assorted fried rice.
Thank you. And you know what? I know somebody's laughing out there. Guess what? Eba too is not bad at all. What is eba?
Gari.
Hot water with gari. You understand?
Where am I going?
Pakposhito. Ni otos salmon. Alo shinwo. My dear, be happy, oh.
I'm even hungry.
Yesterday it was raining. Guess what? Just to cut you in. When I checked the weather, it was raining. I didn't know what to do. I had some eggs in the fridge. Immediately I fried them. Got my pakposhito, my this thing, pepper and onions. You know how the guns we do our pepper. Oh yeah, pa. Then I called and said, hey boy, come. We started waiting. I was so happy. And I was like, if I'd have bought this boy, obviously today, I wouldn't be sitting there eating with him. Today, if I'm not home and I need somebody to do something for me, all I have to do is to pick a phone and call him to do it for me. What are you talking about? That if somebody's a single mother or a divorcee or whatever, the person should be stigmatized, that the person should reject herself. Please, if you are a single mother out there, or you are a divorcee, or whatever situation you find yourself, and society or the church or the family around you or your friends are making mockery of you, my dear, please, I beg in God's name, life is precious. Life is one. Develop yourself. Channel the energy of crying, of getting hurt, into something profitable. Guess what? Once you develop yourself, you don't need to go chase out for men. They know what they want. So if you want the kind of man to come to your life, position yourself well. So please, those who have been saying that, wow, Baku, you have a child, so no man will come. Tell them I said it's a lie. Whatever man you want, you will get. It's a matter of developing yourself.
In the matter of developing yourself, remember we are live on tutuonline.com and on Facebook, Tutu Radio. You can join us on WhatsApp on 055 2280 481. 055 2280 481. Let's ask the Lord to do it for us through this music, and then we'll be right back. Remember, we do not own any copyrights to the audio used above.
Some trust in chariots, others in horses, but I trust the one true God, the one who holds and molds my life. Some trust in chariots, others in horses, but I trust the one true God, the one who holds and molds my life. Enti, meji wudo mire, meji wudi sa oya dienina sutumfo, odumfo ni mo brohufo, obucheri fu adoya dosu, nyami be. Chinsayem Mimfa ma distrema wenim ma wunni mi hwamoda eh mechi wodio ewrade mechi wodi ade nyina sutumfo. All power belongs to you. My body efu I want you breathway answer by fire this prayer unye ni panyen se chinsayem nti mimfa ma distrema wenim ma wunni mi hwamoda. Every say why ebido why ebido why every do nyame Udini aye biafo Udini aye biafo nyame Udini aye biafo nyame Enti erade ye watye nibyo Yesu ya watye nibyo Erade ye watye nibyo Yesu ya watye nibyo Nyame be nyame ba Onye ni panyen se chinsayem Ma desrem ma wenim ma wonni mi ramota endi erade ya watye.
This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show live on tutuonline.com and on Tutu Radio on Facebook. You can join us on WhatsApp on 055 2280 481. Join the conversation. It's getting sweeter and energetic.
Nanu echemwa uye nenansa so sorry ya eradi we na want to minye nyame ba onye ni panyen se chinsayem mimfa ma distrem ma wenim ma wonni mi hwamoda utumi adenyi na yo utumi adenyi na ye eradi so ya di na ye enti eradi ya watye ni biomwe Yesu ya watye nibyo Sakare mumame Yesu ya watye nibyo Nyame ba Unye ni panye se chinsaya menti Mimfa ma distrema wenim Ma wuni ni rama Enti ya radi ya watye nibyo Yesu yo Eradi yo Yesu yo Nyame ba Unye ni panye ma distrema wenim ma wonni ni rama 1 2 enti eradi ya watye ni biomwe Yesu yo eradi yo Yesu yo
like the way you are dancing to it.
To be happy is a choice. I always tell you. See, one thing I want us to know on self-rejection says that self-rejection is a form of self-sabotage. It typically occurs after we convince ourselves we aren't good enough. You might start out dwelling on little things than usual, on your failures and your flaws, rather than your progress. That's a self-sabotage. Then you might progress to thinking your downfalls means you aren't cut out for success. Can you imagine? Audrey, any way we want to live in life, there are people out there who feels nothing good will come out of themselves. And I'm saying that it is your mind. You also have the right to date that rich guy. You also have the right to be at the top. You also have the right to be somebody. It's a thing of the mind. We need to change it. Look, if you say listen to what people will say about you, my dear, somebody says he that is down fears no fall. You're already down.
What's the worst that can happen?
But you see, that's where danger lies, because you don't know tomorrow. Audrey, what some of us have gone through, if we had listened to the stigma people placed or tagged us, if we had given up without fighting inwardly that, hey, this is not our level, yes, so we will get there. And by the grace of God, we are getting there. That attitude of refusing the negativity. Audrey, you are seeing that the situation, but you focus for the gold. Not, you see, whenever you're going for the gold, the distractions are there. Audrey, I can tell you that 10, 15 years ago, I gave birth to my son in 2003. The kind of men I was hoping by then, I was wishing they would come for me. Oh, sister, I'm not saying this to brag. To the glory of God, I didn't sit down. I developed myself. I had a focus. I had a dream. And I'm still working towards it. Audrey, I'm not saying this to brag. But I'm telling you, a day, the kind of proposal some of us get. Sometimes I sit back and go like, oh, so it's not even about me as a person, but it's about the fact that I have developed myself to fit into that particular situation. Today, look at the number of people who look up to me. Sometimes I sit back and go like, hey, that's amazing. But I refuse to give up. And I know that when you also refuse to give up, you see, it's one thing refusing to give up. As I talk there is cheap. You can stand on your mirror and say, oh, this guy there, I'll sit in it. It's not about you sitting in the car.
You have to work for it.
You have to work for it. Audrey.
When you work for it, you get it better and enjoy it.
And you have to position yourself. Everything has a price to pay. If I have not gone through the process and I'm not paid the price, Audrey, today I won't sit here to speak for others to listen. So whatever situation you find yourself, see it as a stage. Audrey, there were times that one has a degree, but you don't have a job. Would you sit down for your child to go hungry or for yourself to go hungry? So if you tell me that because you don't have a job, you're into prostitution or you are messing up, you want me to agree to that? I will not agree. Yes, I won't. Why shouldn't I? Because there was a time in my life I had to sell chaluote. When my mates were on Legon campus, I lost my dad by then. I had to sell chaluote at Melcom. I go to pick them, and I'll be climbing the Valco hall back and forth, just to sell chaluote. Not because I wasn't from a good home. I was. But when my daddy died, family property and issues. Nobody knows the story, apart from those who are close to me. Yes, I even sold Gary Bodriasik. My late dad was a pastor, so he had branches of churches over there. That's how I got to know about those places. Audrey, You won't believe it. Me kragari bankran and beton. Yes.
We are in an era where things have to change.
I am telling you that sometimes, madam, you have to help yourself. Oh. But you see, if you know where you are going, you will not live anyhow.
That's positioning yourself.
That is positioning yourself. And a lot of we, the young women and the youth out there, I'm not saying that everybody should be like me. But what I'm saying is that the fingers are not equal. You know your strength. Somebody told me that I said, me degree holder pan, I'm in cotton. Madam Monton and Aberdeen. What the best check? What did you say, Sana? When the right man comes, what happens? Somebody told me that, me, because I finished school, I had this married man who said he will help me. Please, there's no free lunch. Don't deceive yourself. The SS graduates who have come home, who feel that people's husbands should, you are going to snatch them. So wives should take care. Whatever you do, you know, Audrey, the world is a small place. If you self-reject yourself now, you do all the negative things. By the time you get to the top that you need to make an impact, they start hiding.
Out of shame.
Out of shame. And you see, whatever goes round comes round. If you date Bra Kwame, after 5-10 years, you know that Bra Kwame has a cousin or a friend. And maybe you've been hiding in the hotel to do things with Bra Kwame. Now that you finish your degree, your master's, and you have a job, and there's an occasion that you decide that, okay, I'll let me flirt for 5 years, then when I'm ready, I can settle. They realize that the groom relates Bra Kwame. What will you do?
You hide.
It's happening,
You hide.
It is happening, People have lost opportunities because of the bad lifestyles they left in the past. And all because of self-rejection. So I'm saying that happiness is a choice. Please, if you will do your own thing, do it. Don't say that because of this, so I also decide. No. You are doing it because you want to do it. That's the hard truth. Audrey, today, if I decide that I want to sleep with 1,000 men, or a particular class of men in society, it is my choice. It is not because somebody stigmatized me 10 years ago. So because of that, madam, you have no excuse, please. It's about time we take responsibility. Or we've all gone through it before. Me, I've been saying that if you've not gone through what I've gone through, you can't advise me because you don't understand what I've been through. And I'm telling single mothers out there that have been through what you've been through before. So messing up is not a choice. Look, in fact, you have no excuse. I'm saying that because, Audrey, if it means selling ice water and you want to make it, you make it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you want to make it, you will make it. Identify the right people to seek counsel from. Audrey, you know one funny thing? Those of us who are into leadership positions, that people are to confide in us. We need to watch the way we talk. There were lots of people who have self-rejected themselves because they've been betrayed by the very people they confided in. The very people they look up to. You know what hurts? I think I'm confiding in you because you can be a mentor, you can coach me, or you can help me, or guide me. Audrey, some of the leaders, especially the women, in the women ministries, wherever you find yourself, Audrey, let them say the issue as it is. They wait and something happens, and then you are being painted black. All the things you told the person, but then realize you are talking to one person. 1,000 people, 20 people have heard it.
The story will even change.
And, the full stops, the comma. And this time, not even you telling the people, you will be judged. Meanwhile, it's only God who has the right to judge all of us. So there are traces that leads people to self-reject themselves. Look, we are not saying we are perfect, no. But what we want to tell ourselves this morning is that let's learn to appreciate each other. Audrey, no matter how negative the situation is, my focus is on you, the person rejecting yourself, not the others around you. Though others also constitute to it. If you tell somebody that nothing good will come out of you. If you open as a parent to tell your children and insult your children, in class teachers are speaking to children anyhow, then you run to the church and all to that place you are rejected. I mean, forgive me, it is so painful. So there are so many factors that leads to self-rejection. But in all, I'm saying that you, the person who wants to reject yourself or who has rejected yourself, please change the way you think. Go and stand in front of your mirror, okay? It's a psychological thing. Speak to your soul. Do you understand? Say to yourself, maybe Rhoda, I am fearfully and wonderfully created by God.
Appreciating yourself.
Appreciate. If I love yourself, oh, please. Some people they dress because of men. They dress because of men. They want to, look good so that their boyfriends or fiancés or people around them say, hey, wait, they were funny, huh?
Not that they want to feel comfortable.
No, they want to feel no. So you see somebody, the person has dressed, you need to ask yourself, Madam Aden. Because you realize that this is not the person. Who are you impressing? Buying unnecessary pressure for yourself. Do you know, as a now, Audrey, me sometimes when I'm going to some place, I pick trotro. You won't believe it. Yes, but who do I owe?
Nobody.
I have to be myself. Even in my attire, even if the attire is multi-billion words, if I get to circle and where I'm going is far, Madam, I'll pick my trotro. I'm not pleasing anybody because at the end of the day, nobody puts food on your table. You are only accountable to yourself and God. And guess what? It's about time we realize that we are not in competition with anybody. You are in competition with yourself. So if you fail, you have failed yourself. That's the bottom line. And as a single mother, listen to me. You are a role model to your child or children. Set the agenda correct. Be responsible. Let your children see the good side of things. If you end up messing up with a lot of men, you bring men to the house, they sleep, they do other things, the child or children, they are all looking. Would you be able to advise that child? So now that things have gone wrong, why are you self-rejecting yourself? And I say it to you again, I'm not going to pamper my words this morning, Audrey. It's about time we speak the truth so that people, how can you tell me because somebody disappointed you, so you're going to commit suicide? What is that?
Beginning of failure.
Beginning of failure. Then you are a failure. Life is precious. Death is once. It's not twice. And guess what? When you do that, you go to hell on top because it is not God who killed you. You killed yourself. Life goes on. Hey, some of us, disappointments. It got a time, it was like,
Water.
you know, shea butter. The way you only see the outward appear, or you only see the results, but the process. But guess what? Some things, it's not the devil. It's not that old woman in the village who's doing anything. It is your character. Audrey, let me ask you, we are women. I am hitting on the single mothers because of the issues that are coming to my table. Do you know that the fact that you made a mistake in life doesn't mean you should continue to repeat it?
You can correct the mistake.
Thank you. Please, no woman out there, don't self-pity yourself for relationship. If a man can sleep with you and go and marry a virgin, why are you giving yourself to him now?
That's a question they
Yes.
have to answer in
Think
life.
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm born one, so if I don't compromise, he will go for another woman. Says who? Positioning. then because you self-rejected yourself, you don't even know what you are worth. Yes. So guess what? Anything that comes to you, you like it. Kukumen will say, I like it. My fanisa. Please, men fanisa. Because wherever you want to lead yourself, it is a matter of understanding who you are, knowing who you are, and how you want to treat yourself. Trust me. So don't accept anything. Don't settle for anything. I am a living testimony. I said, don't settle for anything. Any man that you want as a single mother to settle down with, you will get it. If only you can pay the price. As a divorcee, whatever mistakes you have done, you can correct it and bounce back to life. Don't sit in the pits. Don't listen to what the negative things that are coming. Listen to yourself. Pray to God. Trust Him. And you see, you cannot do it with your own strength. You can only do it if you allow the Holy Spirit to guide you. Because the way we think is not the way God thinks. The way we see things or we feel things should go, it's not how God does His things. No, and expect God to go the way you want. People have stopped praying because they feel God has disappointed them. You have disappointed yourself. So it's about time you sit up, go to God for forgiveness, humble yourself, and see if things will not work for you. Have a good morning. But Audrey, guess what? I want to wish Diamond, our ambassador, an actress plus journalist, a happy birthday. I'm so proud of her. Diamond, you are doing a very good job. As a single mom, I'm proud of you. Keep doing the good works, and the right person will come.
Okay, on that note, we'll take a song from Judy K, More Than Gold. Remember to join us on tutuonline.com and on Tutu Radio on Facebook. Our WhatsApp number is 05522804881. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show with me, Adjorkor, Mohenu, and my guest, Rhoda Doku. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
With Jesus, you're the wind beneath my wings. Sweet Jesus, you're my melody and harmony. Sweet Jesus, you're the eyes that I see through. Sweet Jesus, yes, I'll dance into your tune. For as the deer pants for water, so my soul longs for you. Forever and ever, yes, my heart beats for you. For as the deer pants for water, so my soul longs for you. Forever and ever, yes, my heart beats for you. Something more than gold, I've got something more than gold. Something more than gold, I've got something more than gold. If all I've got is Jesus, I've got something something more than gold, something more than silver. The Spirit of the Lord within me is something more than gold, more than gold, more than gold. I've got something more than gold. Tell it to the world, Jesus is more than gold, more than gold, more than gold. I've got something more than gold. My brother, my sister, Jesus is more than gold, more than riches. You are everything to me. Oh God, more than life.
Jesus is truly more than gold.
Oh Lord,
Now, I have a wonderful surprise, my second guest is here, and you have heard her on radio, you have seen her on Facebook Live. She's beautiful looking. I want to mention her name, but first, let me finish with Sister Rhoda. I think we are in an era where women are giving up their own power and listening to other people's opinions instead of listening to their instincts. I believe in instincts a lot. What do you think about that? This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show with me, Adjorkor, Mohenu, and my guests, Rhoda, Doku, and a very special person. Join us on Facebook at Tutu Radio and tutuonline.com. Our WhatsApp line is 055 2280 Yes, so Sister Rhoda, what can you tell us about instincts?
So, instincts play a very significant role in whatever we do. It's about time we need to listen to ourselves. What's instinct? It's basically that feeling or that small still voice that helps you to do one thing or the other. Let's say you want to pursue a career, or you want to do something for yourself, and something you feel it that you shouldn't do it at this particular time. That is your instinct, that you shouldn't do it at this particular time. But it gives you another feeling. I'm calling it feeling because somebody say, oh, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me and my instinct said something. That small still voice or that edge, do it or don't do it, it's your instinct. And women, we've been so blessed that most of the times, if we say we listen to our instincts, or we'll go far. We'll go far. We will not listen to what people are saying. You realize that sometimes what your instinct is telling you agrees with what Sister Tyna has told me. So then it means there's confirmation. So it becomes the right thing. But when Sister Tyna tells me something and it's opposite what my instinct is telling me, then it means that there's trouble. So women as we are, our instincts is just like our second eye. You understand? Though we are victims of, forgive me, fake pastors and all sort of things. When we get depressed, we rise to fetish and other things. It becomes a very difficult thing. So we are supposed to listen to our instincts. Some instincts might be negative because of the way we think. So let's say, Tyna, you've experienced bad relationship 1, 2, 3. I mean, the third one, you decide that you won't do it again. Yeah. So when the right person is coming, now that the wrong people have come to waste it, when the right person is coming, if you are not careful, your instincts will deceive you. Because one side of you will say, the other two mistreated me. They didn't treat me well. But another side of the instincts will give you that edge. Let me try. So it's good to listen to your instincts, but you have to be sure of knowing the timing and the circumstance around which you can decide.
Okay, thank you, Sister Rhoda. We've been talking about self-rejection. Loving yourself is the most important thing you have to do in life. I want to introduce my second guest to you, and I'm sure you are ready. She's in the person of Tyna. Welcome very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've been talking about self-rejection. I'm sure you've been following the topic on social media. And so what do you have to say about self-rejection?
So, Audrey, we can say that before then, hi, audience, our listeners. I came in an hour after time, and it's fine, I guess. Okay, so I've been following the discussion, and I must say that I learned a lot in the process of getting here. Well, self-rejection is something that consciously or unconsciously we all go through it, one way or the other. It's a form of sabotaging yourself, sometimes unknowingly, saying you are not good enough for yourself, judging yourself, building that self-prejudice based on what has happened in your life.
But is that enough?
Well, no, it is not. Clearly, self-rejection is not an ideal thing. It's not something that one should live with or one should encourage. It is something that we all need to sit up and work at it, because by the time you realize it's eating into you, it's getting into you, especially when you failed severally in the attempt to achieve certain things in life, you realize that you started condemning yourself. Let's say this particular exams you're writing, this particular paper you're sitting in, you keep getting it wrong, failing the paper and rewriting, or a project you're doing, a business, you keep failing. You might think that you're not worth it. This is not worth your time, or you cannot do it. But tell you what, a lot of people have failed in attempts to succeeding in life, and that failure has taught them to be who they are. Those failures were stepping stones to get them where they are now. So we have a lot of big names in the system, and all of them have stories of failures. So it is not an ideal thing to reject yourself.
Do our scars affect us? Because somebody will say, okay, I've been through this, and that's the decision I've made, to curl up, to live in silence. Eventually will lead to depression. But does our scars leave some kind of identity on us?
It does, Audrey, it does. Our scars leave a lot of identity on us. And as I said earlier, it depends on how you handle all these scars. So one will have about 101 scars on herself in life growing up. Would you say that because of these scars, you're going to limit yourself to what you've been through and not forge ahead in life? No, you won't say that. It is sometimes it's a bit worrying how to come out of those scars. Yes, they are there. It's very difficult. I'm not underestimating what anybody has gone through, but it's very difficult. I have been through mine. I have been through issues where people would say you're not good enough for this. Those who, I'm a caterer, it's a side business I do. And those who venture into these things are people who have been to the school, who have the arts and crafts and all that. But I do not have such experience, and people keep putting me down. But anytime we go out, there's a contest, there's a presentation, I always come out tops. But when I come to sit down, I hear those negative voices in my head, and these became scars on me. At a point when I was invited by a TV station to do a presentation, I declined it because I thought I was not good enough. But one day I sat down and I said, no, this isn't me. This is a God-given talent. And whatever God gives you is beautiful, is good. So I will go out there and show what God has given me. And through that, I got a lot of contracts from it. So if I had allowed those scars, I had allowed those rejective, derogatory words to push me in the background, I wouldn't have gotten those contracts and those exposure I got. So yes, we have scars, but don't dwell on them. It is difficult, and as empowered women, we solely depend on the Holy Spirit, on God. You ask God to help you, and God will help you. Yes, our scars are there, but do not allow those scars to get into your way.
Would you link anger to self-rejection? Because I read somewhere that once somebody rejects you from the outside world, you become very angry and hostile. You don't let other people into your space. You get, when you have somebody who wants to even be your friend, you're angry at the fact that the person wants to even be your friend. You know, so would you link that to self-rejection, even before the outside world?
When you talk about the outside world, what do you...
Family, friends, people. You know, we are talking about the self right now.
Right.
So the outside world is whoever is around you.
Okay. I will, yes, in a way, link it to anger. Because until you are angry at yourself, you will not take these steps. You will not feel unfit for such a task or a project ahead of you. When people put you down, yes, you become angry at yourself, mostly at the people, yes, at yourself, because you think that why didn't God give me these abilities to be able to harness this project or to be on top of my game? And you are angry at yourself. You are angry at the people that you think that they owe you that responsibility to help you to move on in life and to help you be on top of your game. So yes, I can link anger to these things. So at the end of the day, you coil back in your shell with that anger, and you spew it out. When somebody contacts you or somebody steps on your toes or tries to talk about that issue, that project, or what you're able to do or what you were unable to do, you find yourself flaring up. And yes, anger is a contributing factor.
Before you walked in, we were talking about instincts and listening to people rather than listening to our truth ourselves. What do you have to say about it?
How do I put instincts?
Do you even believe in instincts?
I do. I am somebody who is 101% a believer of instincts, and I follow it. I believe that God put in every human being the ability to sense a situation before it happens. And sometimes, as human as we are, because of the physical world we live in, we sometimes overlook these feelings. We sometimes overlook, these thoughts that drop into our minds just to alert us. You get what I'm saying? So yes, I believe in instincts, and without instincts, we will be unable to do a lot of things. We'll crash, we'll mess up. Instincts, I believe, are given by the Holy Spirit, because it's the Holy Spirit that leads us into all truth. So I'm somebody, I wake up in the morning and something, like we all say, something tells me, something is talking to me. Don't go to the kitchen today. Sit in your room all day. Don't go here, do this. These are things that the Holy Spirit uses to prompt us, to take us out of trouble. Usually it is out of a bad situation. If it's a good thing, the Holy Spirit will tell you, go this way, walk this way, and then you meet that good thing. Other than that, without instinct, you will not be able to navigate life's ways. And sometimes you feel that, there is no God who is listening to my prayer. God speaks to us, and through our instincts, yes. And for women, it is so strong. The instincts of women are so strong, so that somebody outside the country, you feel it. that probably there's something good coming the person's way. Let me ask the person to be on the guard, or some evil is going to happen, you know.
Yeah. So then we can all agree that when we stop fighting ourselves and fight for ourselves, the whole game will change.
Exactly.
The era of self-pity and self-sabotaging will change.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about the fact that women feel down because a man would say, oh, I don't think you are fit for this job. Let's move to the corporate world because now you have a, let's just say, a child or more than one from a broken home or something. You're not fit for this job. Should stereotyping take place? Should this happen at all? Rhoda?
You see, I don't know, but sometimes I feel that as women, we live in a world of our own. Why am I saying this? Why should stereotyping be the order of the day? Audrey, there are women who can handle positions, forgive me, that most men cannot handle in the workplace, because the women naturally are born managers. Why should my childbirth or a circumstance make a fellow man tell me that I'm not fit for that job? Meanwhile, that man has a mother. That man has a wife. So if your wife is comfortable, she's sitting at home, and another woman, because of child, you know, there are rules in every organization where you go through the processes. You have maternity leave and other things. But unfortunately, most women are being stigmatized after childbirth. And it breaks that self-ego. So at the end of the day, because somebody or a male has made you feel that you can't do, and you know, there's some men, forgive me, the insecurity is too much. Our culture is not helping things at all. A woman strives to climb the top or climb the ladder and she's stereotyped. Is she not a human being? Audrey, is she not a human being? And it goes a long way to affect women. And nobody seems to be talking about it. Anything a man says in the system, oh, it's part of it, it's part of our culture. We are not accepting it. This type of culture, where we make women feel, forgive me, useless, that the kitchen is our only place. We are not talking about competition here. We are talking about we being appreciated just the way we are. We are not asking for more. Once you do that and she goes home and gets unemployed, Audrey, imagine what will happen. After you breaking her psychologically, she begins to hate herself because it had a psychological effect on her. What she heard, nothing good, but are you fit for this job? Why are you even here? You should be at home by now. You are a mother, blah, blah, blah. But that person also has a family. So the men who do that, please stop it. Because it doesn't help. We all deserve that space, that opportunity. And together, we will build a stress-free environment and people will love themselves.
Sister Tyna, over to you.
To add to what Rhoda said, I mean, how does this work in any civilized society environment? That God created a man and created a woman and said all these are good. Then the man gets up to say the woman is unfit for this position. I think it's an unfair thing that goes on, and this is reality. It happens in so many organizations where there is no way a woman could be in a certain position. Now I see some organizations breaking those boundaries and giving women the platform to prove themselves that they can do things men can do and do it better. I'm not talking equality or gender issues here, but just trying to say that women have great abilities that God has put in them. I wouldn't say a woman is better than a man, nor vice versa, but we are made up of a lot of things that it will amaze you what a woman can bring out as compared to a man, given the same conditions, the same circumstances, and making tools and services available for both of them. The woman can come out better than the man. These things do happen in our organizations. I've faced such a situation before, and I think I handled it in a very beautiful way. Just for my bosses to know that I could perform, I put in an extra job. So I was preferred over my male counterpart and given the head position, the team lead position. But before then, it was a struggle. Before then, my senior most boss, my managing director, was like, no, you can't fit into this position because you are a woman, because you are a single parent, because women have so many issues. Today, given the position, the woman will come complaining. And the first question I asked was, ever since I started working here, have I given flimsy excuses for not coming to work? I don't remember giving 5 reasons why I couldn't come to work. I've absented myself because I'm always punctual and I give a good output. And then my boss went into thinking. So finally, I was preferred over my male counterpart and made the team lead in the company. So these things can be very mentally draining. It could cause the woman to sit back and say, after all, I mean, my life is not worth it. And then a lot of thoughts will start sinking, suicidal thoughts, thoughts of secluding yourself from society and the kind of helps that you can receive from society. You just have to throw them away because you feel that you are not fit for it. And women out there, self-pity is a sin. God will not come down to tell you not to pity yourself. It's clear in His word. Don't pity yourself. You are beautiful the way you are. You are strong the way you are. You are awesome the way you are, just like God created you. And He's put a lot in you for you to bring them out. It might not be now, but I tell you, God is processing you. He's preparing you. He's pruning you, taking you through the fire, the ups and downs, for you to be that beautiful piece of prize for the world to see one day. So it's difficult, and it's difficult in every facet of life. I'm not downplaying that on men, but we need to work on it and then wake up to get the prize that we think that we can achieve.
God is truly pruning us to be better. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. You can still join us on 055-2280-481. We'll take a song by Daniel Nete titled Oda.
Wondrous King, you're mighty to save. Lord, in your glory we find our place. Favor and blessings flows from your grace, and our victory we found in your name. Wondrous King, you're mighty to save. Lord, in your glory we find our place. Favor and blessings flows from your grace, and our victory we find in your name. Father, Lord, you reign eternally. King of kings, we give you all praise. We bow in adoration from every nation, tribe and tongue. Lord, we proclaim. To the greatest of all, my God, Namo, walk and let Anto, oh, Daddy, oh, come on, help us sing it. Namo, walk and let Anto, oh, yeah, oh, Daddy, oh, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're the greatest of all. Help us sing it. Sing hallelujah. Heaven is in you every day. Oh, Father, Lord, you reign.
This is the today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. I have my guest, Sister Rhoda and Sister Tyna, here with me. The conversation is about self-rejection. Why do you fight yourself rather than fighting for yourself and the things that matter? Broken people will break you first. Move to positive environments rather than negativity. Listen to your instincts. A lot has been said, but more is about to be said. Join us as we continue the conversation. We are moving to self-love. Do you really love yourself? Do you know what love is? Join us on 055-2280-481. This is the today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio. The song is Oda by Daniel Neti. Now back to the conversation. What are the signs of self-rejection? What do you have to notice to see that, oh, I'm rejecting myself? What do you do when you find out you have these signs showing up? Sister Rhoda, I can take it from there.
Okay, so I'm happy you've come up with this question because most of us don't know ourselves. So once you know who you are, you understand what you're going through. So the first thing is to know yourself. The things you used to enjoy, you don't enjoy them anymore. Someone will say, oh, she used to be like this, but all of a sudden, she's doing the opposite. With self-rejection, it makes you give up. So you don't feel like pushing to the next level. You are comfortable wherever you are. Nothing matters to you. When you are going through such a phase, anything goes is one. You are comfortable in your zone. You are not ready to move to the next level is another sign for you to know that you are going through self-rejection. You always want to be in things that are stagnant. Moving forward is not part of your dictionary. Success is not part of you, but you are just there. You are there. That is a sign of self-rejection. Now, you are always turning down on opportunities. Things that the third party who sits back can see that this is an opportunity. You don't see it. You are always turning it down, either directly or indirectly. Even if you don't say it, your action shows. Things that you would do that would take you far, you won't do it. Those are all signs of self-rejection. You're always turning down opportunities. And then you are also self-punitive in terms of psyching yourself to be perfect. Yes, we are all not perfect, Audrey, but sometimes you want to make things perfect in your own way. You understand? You could see that, oh, this pen, if it lies in the book, it's better than it lying on the table because it will fall. If you are going through self-rejection, you will never notice any of these. So these are the basic things we can look up to, but practically, I like to focus on the single mothers because of empowering emotion, so people can relate to it practically. The fact that you have given birth and you had a better experience doesn't mean you should be where you are. You have to move on. Audrey, there are people that had broken hearts, or they were raped, or went through another experience, either divorcee or whatever, for 5, 10, 15 years, and Audrey, they are still holding on to the situation. Meanwhile, whoever they encountered have moved on. That is self-rejection. You don't love yourself enough, because if you do, you would have moved on by now. Things that you couldn't achieve, you would have achieved. You would have pushed yourself up to the next level. So when you always say, as for me, in my house, we are poor. In my house, nobody likes us. And where we are from, please, today, no. They are all signs of self-rejection. Change the way you think. Make a conscious effort. We cannot do it for you. We can only help you if the self-effort is there. So these are some of the signs people should look out for to know whether they are experiencing self-rejection or not.
Let me go to my sister Tyna. What are some of the signs you can really say that are signs of self-rejection?
In its practical term, you will find yourself, when you find somebody, let me not use you. You listening to me, no, you are not self-rejecting, right? So let me find somebody else here. So you see your sister just wearing anything to any place, and you know that this person has good clothes. This person can look better than this. The person has a problem. It's a first sign. Check that thing with that sister and know how to approach it. I mean, if you are rejecting yourself, you think everything goes. It's okay. My main dress is simple. Be as I'm cut an hour. I mean, nah, heading. But there is what you wear in the house and what you wear outside the house. So you don't just say that, let me just put on anything and go and sit there. You are rejecting yourself. And that is a sign. Number 2, you will find yourself in abusive situations and you would be accepting it because it's an abusive situation, because you think that if you are in that situation and you are facing this, you don't know what will befall you if you leave that relationship or that situation you are in. You have already rejected yourself, and it's a sign you have to look out for. There are a lot of women who think that leaving an abusive relationship is not the best thing, especially just boy-girl relationship. Yeah, it's not a good thing, because you don't know what the next man will be like. That alone should tell you you have rejected yourself. Because, as I said earlier, God has given you a beautiful life, and not to be somebody's slave or not to subject yourself to certain levels of abuse or even any form of abuse. God has given you that strength. So why do you stay at one place? So anybody who stays in an abusive relationship, an abusive circle, group, family, the person has rejected herself. Like my sister Rhoda said, when you are being punitive mentally, trying to fit into a position you don't have the ability, you are not there yet. You have rejected yourself. That wannabe life, to be all perfect, you have rejected yourself. Anything you want to do it so that everybody will know that, hey, chick way or you're perfect, so she's all perfect, she's all good, she's this, she's that. It clearly tells you that you have rejected yourself, and you need to watch it. Because if you haven't rejected yourself, you will accept who you are, you will live in the body God has given you, you will be fine with who you are, and not compare yourself with anybody or with anything. Lastly, I would say with our bodies, I mentioned body earlier on. If you love yourself and you know that this is going to be a bit sensitive, but let me put it in a nice way. Let me try to massage the words so that nobody gets hurt. You have this body, like I am sitting here. I'm a size 12 now, but my body mass index tells me that my size and my height, my weight is not perfect. It has it's going to have a toll on my health going forward in life. And so I need to work on it. When I sit down and say that, I'm not going to work on it, I'm not going to exercise, I'm not going to do what it takes to lose weight to a size 10, and I still remain in my size 12 without thinking about my health conditions in future, which is going to weigh this body down, it means I've rejected myself. Because with my weight and my height, I'm not supposed to be this big. I'm not supposed to be a size 12. I'm supposed to be a 10. Somebody will have a big body and it will fit her and her health perfectly. But that is why I use myself as an example, so that nobody will feel victimized here. But for me, my size 12 is not the best for me at this stage. 70, 80 plus kg is not the best for me. So if I love myself, if I haven't rejected this body, beautiful body that God has given me, then I need to work at it in any way possible, either by hitting the gym, checking my diet, and anything possible to ensure that my weight comes back to normal.
This is still the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. You can join us on 055 2280 Our WhatsApp line is very active and you can send in your messages. Now, ultimately, lack of trust is one of the reasons why people coil up. They rather fight themselves rather than fighting for themselves. And to be self-aware, you need to be courageous. Fear also puts you in that category. So what is the way of overcoming fear in your rejection?
So let me start. I'm not here to preach, but you see, one thing we need to know and understand is that, Audrey, there is nothing that God cannot do. God assures us that He has not given us the spirit of fear, but of sound mind. And you know, the devil always takes advantage of our mind with our situations. So you need to master, once something begins to take toll on you, to put fear in you, get to know that one, it's an attack. You need to identify that. Pray about it first. And then later, make a conscious effort that you are refusing that situation. So let's say the person is a single mom. That fear of, I won't get anybody to marry me because of my past, or nothing good will come out of me, or because of what people are saying about me. So I have this fear. And see, so I want to call in myself. I won't even go out there. That fear of moving on to the next level, thinking that if you go back to school, if you develop yourself, you are still a single mother. That born one, and that's the term. Now that's the name they give to single moms. Yeah. So you have that fear that, hey, if I go into these people, they will say I'm born one, so I cannot move on. Says who? It's your mind. So one of the things we need to do and accept is that accept the situation. We are born one, ain't it? The truth is, yes, you've given birth. How people will term it, my dear, whether it will have a toll on you or not, it depends on you. Psychologically, Audrey, me as I sit here, my mind is like chess. The way I love money, I always want to do business. So instead of me to think of what people are thinking or saying about me, I've already prayed and handed my fears to God. And I've asked Him for strength. But I'm also making a conscious effort that I will not let that situation override me. You get it? It's just like faith. I have the belief that the level I want to get to, the impact I want to make in the lives of people, those who have gone through what I have experienced before, I will not go down, and I refuse to go down. It's a conscious effort by doing what, loving myself and believing in myself that I will get there. So what people are saying to put fear in you, you don't have to accept it. Now you need to validate your feelings. How do you validate your feelings? You see, as I said, everything is a choice. Whether what somebody is saying about me will have a toll on me depends on me. Don't let things get to you. There are things that we call them trivial. Some of us, we are so emotional. You hear this, no, hey, and they are saying this, and you've taken yourself to CNN wireless. Always interested in what people are saying about you. When you are moving out, hey, if I wait, people will say this. If I come home late, they will say I'm a bad girl. If people see me in a man's car, they say the man is my husband. My dear, why? Everything you want to validate it. No. Be picky in your choice, in the way you feel. As I said, me, I love food. So if I want to be happy, I go to the restaurant. I take whatever food I feel will make me okay. And I take my fruit juice. Above all, I try to look good. That is what makes me happy. But I will not put myself in a situation where later, may top pressure. as Tina, as unnecessary pressure. Why would you buy pressure for yourself? If you have 2 tops, please wash them, iron it. Or did you know there are some people that the way God created us, we are so blessed though. Say chef was one.
Oh yeah, because
So they bet to know. Oh, the branding. Oh my God, don't go there. Packaging.
Oh, baby.
And you see, if you are happy within and you love yourself, the little you wear, or how, whether it's quality or even less quality, you look so good and you glow because you love yourself within and outward. Now you need to know your worth. What is your worth? Born one with swag. Oh yes. Tina, it has not been written until you go out there. You see, one thing people don't know that when you give birth, until you go out there, Tina, who even know that Tina has a child?
Oh, can't you see it?
No.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, look at her.
Oh, it's written on my forehead.
It's not. Who knows that you have a teen? A teenager. Your son is 16, right?
He is 16.
Kelvin is
going on
18.
17. Wow.
People look at me, they even wonder if some of us are even 40. I get young people who even want to propose. They look at their faces because I'm always happy.
Yeah.
And Tina, you look good.
Thank you.
And to my fellow single moms, you look good.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that know your worth. And I'll hit on the relationship bit again. Don't settle for less. Trust me. Don't do mauba kuntino. And yeshe me fanisa, yen fanisa. If you will fanisa, yen fanisa. Don't accept just anything. Place some worth. And you see, once you place worth or value for your worth, pay the price for it. Audrey, maybe I want a bank manager. You see, that ideology of he's a bank manager, so I have to treat him this, so I have to treat him that way. Yes, it's good. But you as a woman, how far have you developed yourself? That is why people meet other guys from you start with them, the guys are developing themselves, but you, the woman, you're not developing yourself. So why won't he leave you and go for a graduate? You to develop yourself. If you cannot go to school, train yourself in a career, in a vocation. Upgrade yourself. Then, at the same time, you see things in the same way. It's not competition. As I said, you are the competition of yourself. So if you fail, you have failed yourself. If you win, you have won. So please, mentor pressure, fumbia, emma, what's it? Now, have a backup. Tina, as single moms, most of us don't have backups. You do only one job. Audrey, maybe you are selling or you work, you're a salary worker. You know that this salary will not sustain you alone, left alone the child. Have a second business. Now, lots of ladies, they sell panties, even in the offices, they sell deodorants, they sell all sort of things. But some of us have decided, say, coat na ye beshe. Meanwhile, coat is no chill. I should do. What is the platform when you take it to work? You can't sit in trotro. What man pressure? What for dropping, sister? I better pay you so no and so she. Then always texting people, borrow me money, help me, do this, do that. You need to have a backup. Once you have a backup, you will not reject yourself. You need to narrow down the fear. How do you narrow down the fear? I don't know the word to use, or do you have to give me that word? Let me give you the scenario. People call it hype when it comes to fame. But you need to narrow the fear, as in learn to control things. Don't let the situation override you. On the fear. Tina, thank you for the brofo. On the fear. This is Empowered Women English show. On the fear.
Yeah, on the fear.
Don't mind that.
Really in English very soon.
Hey, look, we'll come out with our own dictionary, okay? Empowered Women Emotion. Watch out for us. on the fear. Don't let the situation overtake you by surprise. You know that word where someone will say, "Would it be a Muslim as well?"
Oh yeah, someone told me something.
Yes. Would it be a Muslim as well? Yes, it is well, because it's a psychological thing. It helps you think and calm your nerves down.
Then immediately someone tells you that, you should know that the person's thinking ability is very low.
It's true. Would it be a Muslim as well?
But Bible says it
is well.
Say
Bible
to the
didn't
righteous,
say it is not
it is
well.
well.
And you see, faith without works, it's impossible to
It's
please
dead.
God.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, but you are trusting God. You are. It's just like applying for a job. You go for an interview. And everybody goes like, in your heart, hey, God, I'm praying I get this job. That excitement, that feeling that you will get it, and truly to you get it. So let's apply such situations to every situation, especially my single moms and my divorcees. The right men will come. Trust me. It happened. The Yemanenko, stop crying over spilled milk. Hey, I'm scared that if I'm into a relationship, it will happen again. Because you are scared it will happen again, my dear, it will happen again. But move out of that zone and say to yourself, I am getting to a better place. I deserve better. Then it will take that fear out of you. It has to be a continuous thing. Like when you get up in the morning, look in the mirror, see how you dressed. Hey God, you created me good, oh. See how curvy I am. See how beautiful I am. Now we're done that, sister, pamper yourself. Why?
Speak to yourself.
Speak to yourself. Me, I like doing that, oh. Speak to yourself. By the time you come out, everybody sees you, and the excitement of you feeling good. Ain't nobody will cheer you. Please cheer yourself.
Yeah, if you don't cheer
yourself.
you up.
Me, I'm my number one fan, oh, before any other person. I'm my number one fan. Whether you like me or not, it doesn't matter to me. I was telling a friend, my fellow guys, are you there? I was telling a friend that, you have to behave like a gun sometimes. She said, why? I said, go to Choco and other places. You will see a gun lady who is using the same amenities with people in a compound house. Everything public, from toilet, bathroom, and everything. Yet, when it's time for funeral or an occasion, the material she will sew, you that are sitting in your Land Cruiser, you don't have. The makeup she will make, sister, it's not about fun, no.
Because she has to show.
Because, oh, thank you. Look, she's her own fan.
Yeah.
She doesn't care what you think about her. That's why they say guns, they like quarreling. It's not because they like quarreling. They believe in themselves. Look, when you check the trend, most of them don't have the enjoyment or the amenities they need to have. But a Ghana person is very comfortable. Hanena a comic shitoko. The banku and pepper thing, no. Go to the villages and check what they do there. They don't have what we have, but they are at peace. Why? Because obia on top pressure, emano. On one on top pressure, emano. So to conclude, I want to tell my fellow women that avoid self-negative talk. Tina, we live in a society where anything you do, people criticize, especially in the church. Today I'm on the church. We are all in the church. So this is where we will correct ourselves. The women in the church, we are calling on you. From the top to the down. Let's learn to speak positive. Even if something is negative, the approach matters. In our homes, approach matters. In the community, approach matters. So please avoid every negative talk and everything will be fine. These are some of the things we can do to overcome fear. If somebody tells you, hey, this thing you are doing, can you do it? Please avoid people around you who always believe in negativity. Avoid them. It's not good to isolate yourself. But if they are the kind of people you have around you, check your life.
being self and apologetic is you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sister Tina, what do you have to say about overcoming fear in your rejection?
I'll start from you accepting, like you said, being self-apologetic, accepting that this has gone down. If I mess up today and I am able to acknowledge it, accept it, own the mistake, then we are going somewhere. Then I know that I can forgive myself. I can rewrite the story. But when we make mistakes and we choose to pass the blame or push the blame on somebody else, then where are we going? Self-rejection sometimes comes as a result of making mistakes. And if you've made this mistake and you're unable to say that, well, I messed up, my sisters out there, listen to me. One way or the other, we've all messed up. We've all done things that we are not proud of and we don't even want to talk about. So just say, yes, I did it, and then move on. You don't allow these things to get into your way, to block you from accepting who you are. My sister Rhoda mentioned rejecting negative talk, and I would further talk about the environment that you find yourself in. The environment you find yourself in after messing up or going through that self-rejection is very important. There are certain people in society, sisters, they will never forgive you. They are the angels on earth. They are the perfect people God created, and they have never sinned from their mother's sinful womb. Self-righteous people. So you will find all these people along life's journey. Do not associate with people like that, because we are fallible. We are human beings. We all fall short one way or the other. So when you have put yourself, or when you find yourself in that rejection situation, all you need to do is to surround yourself with positive people. People who will say, sister, check your right shoulder. It's higher than your left shoulder. Can you do it this way? People who lovingly and strongly correct you, because not all corrections come with ease. Some come with a lot of pain. Truth is painful. Truth is hard to say. But whichever way, we need to take them. Surround yourself with people who are such that they will push you to get out of that situation. Else, the next thing you're thinking of is, I'm not good for myself. I'm not good for anybody. I cannot impact anybody. And tell you what, God created everything in this world to give, to impact, to do something good to another creation. So as a human being, as a woman, as a single mother, as a divorcee, as somebody struggling with finances, a single lady yet to get into marriage, you would definitely need to impact what God has put into you. You will need to impact. So if you surround yourself with people who do not impact what God has put into them, into you, in that state of, how do I put it, in your Patmos state, in your island state, in your state of rejection, then you don't need them. Then you will not even go anywhere. So surround yourself with people who will speak positivity into your life. Surround yourself with women who can hold your hand and pray with you and say that today we are standing in the gap for you and we are believing God for you to come out of that situation. That way, you have a focus in life, and then you can in turn impact society.
This is still the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. with me, Adjorkor, my guests Rhoda and Tyna. Let's take Otimimu from Ohima Mercy. We'll be right back. I like the mood in the studio. This is the today's woman on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. This is today's woman empowerment.
Jesus, to me more, Jesus, to me more,
I have some lovely choristers in the studio.
Charlie, people should watch us for our
album.
December worship concert.
Women Empowerment Choir. This is the today's Women Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. My name is Adjorkor, Mohenu, and with me in the studio is Rhoda, Doku, and Sister Tyna. Now, constantly, we need to practice self-love. We need to live our life without thinking about what others will say about us or for us or against us. We need to understand our bodies, how we move, what affects us directly and what doesn't affect us. For me, if you say bad things about me, trust me, it doesn't really affect me. I think about myself alone, and that's all that matters. Whatever you say is your opinion, and opinions are like gnosis.
Everybody has one.
So you can have your opinion. And so my little advice is that women would understand that they are women. They have something very strong that God has given them to impact the world and make the world a better place to live in. We let little things that really don't matter affect us, and that is not who women are.
We are just petty sometimes.
So women have to be the best that they can be to glorify God. What are your closing remarks as we have some little time to wrap up in just a minute?
So all I can say is that God created us beautifully, uniquely. He's endowed so much in us. Don't let anybody give you pressure, unnecessary pressure. Okay? Be yourself, be real. Happiness is a choice. Love and appreciate yourself.
My sisters out there, you have heard a lot, and I know that we've spoken to everybody's issue one way or the other. What I'll tell you finally here is empower yourself. Make yourself that woman that anybody can come to in life and receive some kind of admonition, some kind of advice, some kind of business idea, somebody who will affect society. Rejecting yourself is not the best thing to do, because there are a lot of people who are looking up to you in this world. God is looking up to you to come up with something to help the next generation, and self-pity, self-rejection is not the answer. God has put into you that strength, that grace, that power, that opportunity, that money. You need money for everything in life. Bible says money answereth all things. So God has put that strength in you to help that single mother, that young lady, that little boy, to invest into people's lives. So don't give up on yourself. Wake up and face life squarely.
This has been the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. Remember to be the hero of your mind. Forgive yourself and move on. With me has been Rhoda, Doku, and Sister Tyna, and this has been an amazing journey. I want to thank all our viewers and listeners around the globe. We have enjoyed going on this journey with you. You can catch Empowered Women on YouTube with more videos, Empowered Women on YouTube. And you can follow us more on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. And then you'd get more to empower yourself. This has been the Today's Woman Empowerment Show with me, Adjorkor. See you on Thursday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Every day in the mirror I see a woman, and every time I look in my mind I see that woman, a wonderful woman, an African woman, mother of nature.